Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have gotten things set up to really get started on the back to school books. I've already made the covers and I cut the scrapbook paper pages. And I made a couple pieces of ephemera, but now I have things set up so I can actually get pages cut for all of the journals and start working on things. So I wanted to show you what I've done. Over here is my table where I'll be working. And right here is this folding table that I have set up. This is temporary and it's kind of long. I don't know how long it is, but I will have a table here on casters and it will be 10 feet. It will be the tables that I work on. So not 10 feet, it'll be 5 feet because it's a 10-foot table, but it's split in half. And so my brother's just going to take one piece of it and turn it into a table on casters, so I won't have this much space to spread out. And so when I'm packing orders, I can roll my table down to this end where all my shipping supplies are. And when I need it to hold my organized supplies, I'll pull it down to this end. So let me just show you what I have here. This pile is book pages. So this whole pouch is not what stuff I would use, but there are some pages in here I would use, like the kids' math books, and there are probably science books or book pages. And then these are different school book pages, things like that. And these are other school book pages, but they're more like the ones with pictures of kids. And next to it is the pile of images that I've cut from books that have children at school and things like that. And some of these I'm going to take over to my work table and sort them into my little container, my little sorter tray, which I will show you. This stack has these photo, like school picture envelopes that came in a book, and a stack of workbooks and old yearbook pages. This stack has stamps that I pulled out, and they will end up, when I'm ready to stamp, they will end up on the project tray, project cart, next to where I sit. That cart won't be able to be there once my brother's done with my table, though. We'll figure that out. This is a pile of report cards, and I know I have more, but this is what I have right now. I haven't searched for the rest of them. These are more recent acquisitions. This is something I picked up at a thrift store. These are my Dick and Jane workbooks that I got from eBay. I have old calendar pages. I looked for the September pages. I've got yearbook pages there too. This is a old magazine page that can go over there. So calendar pages and composition book pages. I knew I had this. I'm glad I was able to find it without any trouble. But it's learning to write, and it's a composition book. So that'll be fun to include in pages, in journals. And this says, Notebook for English Readings. So I don't know if I'll use that or not, but I have it there. This is just a grid graph composition book. Gotta put things back in order. This stack here is just this weekly planner tablet that I don't know if I'll use, but it's there. And I have my colored lined paper. So the orange, and then this collection that I've talked about in a couple of videos that I got from Amazon. And underneath that is pastel colored lined paper. And in this pile, I have music pages. I want to go through those and see if there are any school titles. If not, I'll just use some of the pages. This could be like a school playground. It says Teacher's Book 1, so this might be a school playground. So music pages and my teacher's planner books. You've seen me use these pages a lot in my large format books. So I have two different styles of teacher planner books. And then in this basket in the center, this is all of my flashcards. So I can pull from them. Now, I'm going to go over to my table. And I will put this phone in the cradle. Over here, right here are the cut off pieces and the extra plaid papers. And this is the project cart that I referred to. It's got my yo-yos on it right now, but that will go away, and then the stamps will go here, or the stamps will go here, and the inks up here. There's a lot of stamps, so I'll have to have one tray for stamps and one for inks. And there's some clutter on that right now, but okay, so I'm going to put this on the tripod, and then I'll come back and sort these into this. Okay, I'm back. So I already have my library cards in here. Some were used, written on, and these little date due papers. So I have all of those here, and my library pockets. Oh, these colored tags. These are just garment tags that I might be able to decorate and use, so I'll put those there. Now, this little pile of items, I have these little buttons that are supposed to be attached to, I don't see where it is right now, the pieces of ephemera that I made. I just had them. Oh, they're in this pile. This came out of a book. It says School Days. These little September calendar pages from 62, 66, and 68. Some flashcards. I guess I'll just leave these over here instead of in that other box because they're specific for school. Well, there's apples, but, you know, apple for the teacher. And then 3 cards that spell the word bus and another apple card. A playing card with some kids under an apple tree. Just some little pieces of ephemera. Came out of magazines, and that one's a digital, and this came out of I think a paper doll book. And this was a digital from KB and Friends. It's from a dictionary. So all these little pieces can go there. I have this from the Fun with Dick and Jane basic reader book that I'm turning into a journal, but the F of fun is worn away. So I don't know if I'll make a bookmark with that or not. This is a learning to read sort of game card, so I thought I might be able to use that in maybe in the big journal. I've got more math pages. I think I have them here to use as backgrounds on tags. But there are pictures here I can use too. And this is another learning to read card. This is a vintage protractor, or I guess, I don't know what it's called. And then I have my KB and Friends ephemera that I cut out. So all these little pieces will go here. I guess I'll put them in that one that I've already been filling, and then I'll put all of the journaling cards in there, and these larger cards in here. These are the pieces of ephemera that I made. So the buttons that I showed you are going to go, I think they're going on this card. Those are all for the big journal. I'm going to put those in the back here. I'll put these in the back. All right, so that is set up. Now, I am going to measure the pages I already cut, because these pages are the full size that I want. Pages can be smaller than that, but I don't want them bigger than that to fit into these covers. So I'm going to make notes. Oh, I already have the notes from cutting the scrapbook paper. So I have the sizes I need for the pattern journals. They'll be the same size, the cake journal and the Dick and Jane journal. So I'm going to start cutting some paper. Well, the first part of the video for today, I showed you the table that I have set up in here where I have all my supplies for these journals laid out. And then I did another portion sitting here and sorting my things into my little organizer tray here. And then I was cutting papers, and I decided that that was a little bit chaotic. Maybe not chaotic, but I was trying to cut pages for 4 different journals in 3 different sizes. So I think it would be better if I just delete most of that, if not all of it, and I'll just show you the kinds of pages that I cut. Let's start with this little journal here. They all have the same kinds of pages, but this one is a small journal, and it's got the scrapbook paper, the plaid papers, and I have this composition book paper. I think I showed that to you when we looked at the table, but it's got the lines on it for writing, teaching children how to write. And my goodness, it's late in the day and I'm tired. Workbooks. It's a workbook and the lined paper, a yearbook page, another scrapbook paper, the old calendar pages. And this was one of the old composition books that I had. I don't know if I showed that to you. Let me get that cover to show you. Maybe I did show it to you. It's Notebook for English Readings. And it's got someone's writing on some of the pages, and some of the pages are blank. Ooh, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. The chief theme of the poem, always tell the truth, no matter what punishment you may have to suffer. Okay, I have to read some of that, but that's what this page is from. So it's got poetical qualities. This was a section on poems, and this one's all blank, no writing. Some of them have writing on them. One of the Dick and Jane long landscape workbook pages, and blue lined paper, the planner page, and the grid paper. I think that's about 11 pages per signature. And then I'll add pockets and fatten them up. So this one has a music page. I think and then one of the teacher's planner pages. A Dick and Jane. It might not be Dick and Jane. Oh, it's that Linda and Lee book, I think. The taller children's school book. Another calendar page. And this one has the photo school picture page. And so I don't think there's anything new in this, but you get the idea. There is one children's book page in here about Katie on her first day of school. And like I said, this is the smallest book, and these are a little bit bigger, but they have the same pages. And this book has the big pages, so I had to piece the scrapbook paper together, and I might have to add a few more pages to the signatures in this one. We'll see how it fattens up. But because these pages are smaller, so I kind of space them apart, and the book doesn't feel as fat when I have it filled in with pages. So we'll see. I might add more pages to this journal. I love these Dick and Jane workbook pages. And I'll add this in here somehow, somewhere. I'll maybe just clip it to a page. Put something in the pocket and clip it to a page. So that's where we're at. I got all of the pages cut and folded, and I have leftover pages here in case I need any of them. so I can put my piles of papers away, like the lined papers and music paper, anything that I've already cut into pages and I don't need anymore. I can just put those away, get them off that table, and just make the table more efficient for my use as I'm creating a journal. I hope you found this informative and interesting to see my process of selecting pages and putting them into signatures, and different size books, and still using the same kinds of pages. It's kind of fun. So I'll see you very soon, and I hope that you're having a creative day. Bye.